Namaskar, Adab, Sat Shri Akal, and wishing all the lovely ladies from all across the globe a very happy International Women's Day. I, Dr. Nidhi
Thank,
Bansal from Net Urja Talk in association with National Network wishes our panelists and beautiful ladies, sinfully talented ladies from all across the world who've been watching here this program live with us on National Network a very, very happy and inspirational International Women's Day. For
Thank
once,
you.
let us not talk about the hardships that we faced or glorify our weaknesses or the obstacles that we face, each one of us. For once, let us talk about success and achievement and celebrating ourselves as the brand ambassadors of happiness. Let us welcome all the change makers, the trailblazers, and of course, the torch bearers of humanity, of passion, of compassion, who dare destiny into the eyes, shake hands, and change it a bit. And of course, we have with us today on this third chapter of International Women's Conference and the most beautiful panelist out here with me. We have Naina Pandita. A huge round of applause to you. You can hear the
Hi.
virtual applause right here. A very warm
Hello.
welcome to you, Naina.
Thank you
We
so
have
much, Nidhi.
most welcome. And we have Geetika Goyal with us. A warm welcome to you as well, ma'am.
thank
And we,
you.
and we have the most vibrant Shruti Dutt with us. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing today? Shruti Dutt, ma'am, I think you're on mute. Maybe she is still flashing a beautiful smile, of course. And then we have Arimba SN also with us
Hello,
to
Nidhi.
grace
I'm
the panel
very
today.
good today. Really
Thank you,
excited
Nidhi.
to be here with all of you.
That is indeed a pleasurable moment for all of us to have such an esteemed panelist here today. And as we would be discussing about women and the kind
Geetika,
of life they've been living, juggling the professional life and the domestic household, and justifying each role as it comes to them. I would like to introduce our panelists so that our viewers get a free hand of what they are into and how much they are contributing to the society. I would like to introduce Shruti Dutt. Uh, Shruti Dutt has been working on self transformation and healing from 1985. She has helped many people in the last 20 years as a coach, doctor in training and education from IIU, post graduation graduate, I'm sorry, in advertising and public relations, masters of education, and graduate from St. Stephen's College. And she has been the former president, founder president of NGO Kaksha, dedicated to the promotion of art, education, and culture. And she is also a coach known as the Dilwalinani. Now that is something so interesting a name, Dilwalinani. You've taken my heart away by this, this tag that you've added to your name. Wow! And she is a YouTuber, Coach Shrutida Dilwalinani, as we call her, and anchoring of inspiring conversations on 10 News. A huge round of applause to you, Shruti ma'am. That's so wonderful. Wonderful meeting you on this platform. And moving ahead with our second panelist, we have Aryamba SN with us, and she has a huge variety in her profile, and she is an author, an editor, a model, has a corporate experience, and has co-authored two books by the name of Eight Imagination Attached. She is the editor of Pathik Mitra's The Scarecrow Chronicles, translator of books, winner of Mrs. India Excellent, sports queen, winner of Swag Queen of India, season 2, task based international talent hunt, Pune Diva awardee, lawn tennis player. Oh my God, this is like too many beautiful feathers on the same hat. A very warm welcome to you, and I see that we have a lot of viewers joining in with us and sending their good wishes to all our esteemed panelists. This is such a wonderful, platform to all of us. And moving ahead, we have Geetika Goyal. She is a theatre enthusiast and runs an all-women theatre group called the Patang. This, group works with mom actors and has been successfully running for past 10 years. She has her own studio by the name of Magic Creations Studio and has earned great credibility as a platform to undergo life transformation through theatre. Kids, adults, working professionals, everyone is welcome. She is an artist as well. Oh my God, we have ladies who are sinfully talented. And moving ahead to this another beautiful, most inspiring lady we have with us is Nena Pandita. And her story is also so inspirational, who has been working with the corporate for past 20 years, more than 30 years, I beg your pardon. She is a library and information technology professional, having worked in this field for the past 30 years. She took early retirement from this post of Senior Technical Director at National Informatics Center, Delhi. And now she has been there, has been awaiting her opportunity for past 20 years. She has been a makeover specialist. She has now been attracted by consultant and has been playing her role to the hilt. A huge round of applause to all our wonderful ladies and a very warm welcome once again
Thank
from
you.
Let Urja Talk and National Network.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you.
So,
Thank you,
ladies, are
Nidhi.
we ready to rock the floor today?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes,
So, Nena
definitely.
Pandita, I begin with you.
Okay.
Now that you have been a coach, now that you have been a coach and juggling it, how easy each roles beautifully well.
I actually, Nidhi, cannot hear you, but yes, I'll continue. Like Nidhi said,
Okay.
I'm senior. I retired, took early retirement from a senior government post from the National Informatics Center. This was in 2012. I thought enough of government job, enough of service, and I tried to dabble into various activities. In
Wow.
2020, I got a chance to be part of this Swag Icon of India season one, which was at that time an online show on Zoom because of the pandemic lockdown and everything. And I got a chance to live my dream because as a child, I used to see all these beauty magazines, Femina, Stardust, etc., etc. And it was always in my mind that yes, someday in my life I want to do this. But then having got involved with my first education, then family life, then children, except then I really didn't get a chance. But after retirement, yes, I got this golden opportunity. This is a unique show which has been created, directed, produced, and the brainchild of Shabir Ali, who's a Bollywood actor. It's his brainchild, and I got a chance to be of the season one, and
Wow.
I won the category of platinum because I was at that time 61. I'm 63 now, going to be 64 next month. So for
My
me,
God,
it was
you are defying age totally, and definitely this only proves that age is just a number.
yeah, definitely Nidhi, and I was able to prove to myself, yes, मैं कर सकती हूँ, I can do it. And despite being the only contestant in the platinum category, I had to really challenge myself to do all the tasks, complete all the tasks, which included acting, modeling, and showcasing talent. So I got a chance to be a part of the show. And then in season two, I was a mentor, and Arya was one of our contestants, one of our finalists, and the winner. So I have been involved with Swag Icon, and right now also I am part of Swag family. I'm the marketing director. I volunteer as marketing director of NGO Foundation, which SWAG stands for Serving with Attitude is Our Way of Gratitude. It's an
Wonderful.
NGO again run by Shabir himself. For the last 20 years, the family and friends are running this NGO, and I have been busy trying to raise funds for the NGO, getting sponsors, getting funds, and now recently after shifting to Dwarka, I've been again actively doing some good work like there's one park here in Sector 13 where I've got a cluster of children, 8, 9 children, and I'm going there once a month or twice a month, spend time with them, We had
So
a food drive with them.
how easy do you find it to juggle both the roles? And how are you
Well,
able to manage it all?
well, maybe I'm a retired person now, so
Okay.
and the and people have this thing in their mind: once you're retired, then you can't do anything. That's what I want to try to prove to the world, that once you're retired, you can still do a lot of things. If you're determined, if you're dedicated, you can still do a lot of things. And with the NGO, I've been able to do something which I again always wanted to do, is help the poor people, which really can't do much sitting in a comfortable home. And
Wonderful.
yesterday we had a dental healthcare camp for these children. I've posted the videos online on my Instagram profile, and it was so nice interacting with the children, playing with them. And then they tell me, आंटी कल आप पिचकारी लाना हमारे लिए. So I said, मैं होली नहीं खेलती हूँ. कहते आप
Hmm.
नहीं खेलते पर हम तो खेलते हैं. So I went to the
Celebrate.
market and got some pichkaris and colors for them, so that they could also enjoy this festival of Holi. So
Wonderful. That's so
I'm
beautiful. A beautiful
yeah,
gesture.
and I'm trying to defy the fact that retirement ke baad person has to sit at home. No, you don't have to sit at home.
You don't
You
have
can
to.
still live your life. You can still achieve your dreams. You can still achieve something you were always dreamed as a child that you want to do. So that's what I've been doing in the past 3-4 years, actively involved with Shabir's platform, Swag platform.
That is so beautiful a journey. Shruti Dutt मैम here I would like to ask you, जैसे पुराने टाइम पे हम कहते थे कि बहुत मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ता था कि मोबाइल फोन्स भी नहीं थे और सब कुछ आपको खुद ही मैनुअली जाके करना पड़ता था, लेकिन अब वी हैव सो मेनी फैसिलिटीज, we have work from home as well, we have we have all these gadgets that are working for us for our benefit, even we can manage our household work everything so beautifully well, yet we are so stressed out. What is the problem now? We were in a better position, or that अभी इतनी सारी सहूलियतें हमें मिल रही हैं उसके बाद भी हम लोग mentally physically stressed out हैं. So what do you have to say for that? Okay, since Shruti that मैम का जो वीडियो है वो थोड़ा freeze हो गया है, I direct this question to Geetika. How would you answer that?
सो निधि, आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा दैट डिस्पाइट ऑल द फैसिलिटीज एंड ऑल द थिंग्स दैट वी हैव अराउंड, वी आर स्टिल अंडर स्ट्रेस. सो मैं इसको कुछ इस तरह से कहूँगी कि हम एक्चुअली अपने ऊपर ना बहुत सारी जिम्मेदारियां कई बार लाद लेते हैं. इफ़ यू
Hmm.
अलाउ, आई वुड जस्ट पुट इट इन फ्यू लाइंस. एक
Please
बार
do.
मैंने आपसे कुछ कहा था कि एक उम्र गुजारी है बड़ा होने में, अब मज़ा आता है अपनी शर्तों पर जीने में.
अरे वाह,
सब
बहुत बढ़िया.
ठीक कहूँ, सब कुछ ठीक कहूँ ज़रूरी नहीं, सब खुश रहें मजबूरी नहीं, अब सीख लिया है खुद से प्यार करना, और जब प्यार किया तो क्या डरना. सो
अरे वाह,
वी
बहुत बहुत खूबसूरत.
we have to start loving ourselves. Unless we enjoy what we do, unless we really love what we do, we will always be under stress. So, it's just about that. I mean, I would very briefly put it that way कि मज़े करो, just love what you do, enjoy doing, whether it is work, whether it is family, whether it is outside life, socializing, whatever it is, enjoy it to the fullest, and
Absolutely.
there will not be stress.
I have,
Wonderful.
yeah, sorry to cut you short.
No problem, no
Uh,
problem. This is your stage, your platform. You have a voice, and we need to hear that too. And directing my next question to Arunga ma'am, how have you been juggling your life now that you have been donning so many hats and so many different streams that you are into? How difficult or easy it is for you to manage them all?
See, I was in IT industry before my kids were born. But after the kids were born, like I took a sabbatical. For me, I don't know. I really wonder women juggling too many things. That is not my cup of tea. That's my drawback.
But
And I chose to be with my kids. And after they started being independent, I started discovering myself. Till then I was a hands-on mom, like I never thought anything about for myself. And I knew that there will be a time where I would really have time for myself, and do justice to myself and to my kids. So I started discovering myself. Life is full of discoveries for me and tap my potential. Uh, Everything I started 5 years back, ma'am. The pageants, I started winning, and anyway, sports was there since childhood, and getting attached to NGO, serving the society. Yeah, everything I started once the kids started growing. And one thing I want to tell, I never followed the path of a masculine, energies of to attain success. I have tapped into my, feminine energies to be successful in whatever I do, because that's what nourishes me, tapping the feminine energy within me. I have never been in competition with the men or the way they approach success. So this is my mantra of
Out of
discovering
question,
myself.
because I think we all are, beautiful in our own way, inspiring in our own way. We do not have to follow anyone else's, stories, and we have to create our own. I think following a masculine, path of success is something I think we all defy that, right? And that is such a wonderful way of putting your words across. And Shruti ma'am is still a little dicey about the video that she's holding, of course. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Thank you. I changed my
Wonderful.
Wi-Fi
Wonderful.
twice.
No worries, because this is all about being women in power, and that is how we put it. Okay, now that we have so many women now taking up leadership roles and being on the top of everything that they're doing. So, what do you think? I mean, women in leadership, how well they are accepted, and how do men feel about working under a woman? How good is that? How do they take it?
Are you addressing that to me?
Yes, of course. Shruti ji, आप ही को address किया है
You were
मैंने.
asking me something when I went blank last time. I don't know what you asked
Yes,
me.
you went
Anyway,
back. Of
yes,
course, repeat the question, but that
I think women.
Arima ma'am have already answered that. So I would like to give you another new question.
Yeah, I got your point. So,
Yes.
from the time I started working, which was in 1985, I started in an advertising company. And from then to now, there is, I think, almost 100% change, you can say, in the attitude of men also towards women leadership, because
Mm.
women have really proved their mettle in every field. Whether it's an NGO, whether it's a corporate, whether it's writing books and poetry like
Absolutely.
Nidhi,
Sure.
whether it's, just going out and kind of stretching themselves, like I know Geetika is into painting, coaching, authorship, everything. I mean, there is no aspect which a woman has left untouched, apart from, of course, being a great homemaker, looking after the children, family, everything. So now I think a big change is coming in the society. The
Right.
younger generation always, look up to their wives as actually equal partners, or even sometimes more. हमारे जमाने में ना कहने को होता था better half,
होता था.
but
जी जी.
मानता कोई नहीं था. मानते अपने आप को ही
बिल्कुल,
full
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
half थे, full better. But this is a
जी.
very, very wonderful change that has come in society. And hats
Wonderful.
off to all you women who worked so hard all these years and
Absolutely.
actually made that happen. So I do think leading is such a big problem, especially in the group of, I would actually categorize the age groups for that. The younger age people don't have a problem in being led by women. Even now, if there are people who have a problem with a women leader, he would be probably above 50, 55. They might have an
Absolutely.
issue. But Baki, usse
Absolutely.
niche sub, I think they're all very open, and the world has become a global village. So all over the world, people are accepting it. अरे अब तो अमेरिका में भी they are letting women stand for political positions. So Americans were way behind us in that. They were always very prejudiced against women taking a leadership position. India में तो फिर भी we've had Indira Gandhi ruling us for 18 years and very
Absolutely.
successfully.
Absolutely. So means we are more advanced than America right now. We had Indira Gandhi way back
Absolutely.
in.
We are always, I believe that. They may
I think
have a
it's
little
not
more
now, right?
material
It is
comforts
there since
because they have
Maharani's
lesser
time.
population. But
Absolutely.
when it
It goes
comes
way back
to
in ancient times. So, Naina ji, if I were to ask you something like this, how can we include women leaders that are moms and
oh, I've
balance
lost
their
you.
time?
Okay.
Now that you've seen both the part, both the worlds, and in the most beautiful way, how can we include moms? So, I mean, are there any facilities given for young moms who need to be with their children and yet to pursue their career, their profession? How do you think they can balance it?
See, Nidhi, when I was working, my baby, my kid was being taken care by my parents. So
Okay.
fortunately, in India, we have that support of parents. It can be either dada dadi or nana nani who support you, who support the daughters, who support the daughter-in-law to go for the job. I think that family structure, that structure we have, parents support is very important.
Very
So if you
important.
have the support of your parents or your in-laws, you have no problem going and working. Like I started working when I was just 25 and my
Here
baby
I
was
would
just,
like here I would like to ask you now that support comes from the home front. But do you have this kind of support, any kind of support for working moms, especially in offices, in their professional setup also?
yes,
Are we?
I wish we could have that system where, we could have a daycare facility within the office premises. Like I have
Mhm.
seen, I watch a lot of this TV serials where, and especially in the hospitals, they have a facility where the young doctors can keep the children. They have the
Yeah.
daycare facility. So if the
Mhm.
same thing could be provided here in India, it will definitely give a lot of boost to a morale of a woman, of a young mom who would love to definitely go and work instead of leaving the child to the care of a maid. Sometimes
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm saying that they are not reliable at all. If the
Not
same facility, if the private sector, if they could start with that, have a daycare facility within the premises where the mom can also go and take care of the child's needs at that time.
without feeling guilty of having left, leaving the child alone
Yeah,
back home.
yeah, yeah. Without feeling guilty, because I remember when my mother, I mean, she must have been one of the pioneer ladies who in the 40s, 50s became a doctor at a young age of 19 with the support of my father at that time. But she gave up clinical side to be on the teaching side so that she doesn't have to spend endless hours in the hospital. But she still did it. She still did it. And she rose to the post of a professor. But she gave up the
Wonderful.
clinical side. She had to make that big sacrifice of giving
Mm.
up clinical side. And if the private sector could start with it, if the private hospitals could start with it, where they could provide this infrastructure where the children can be left under the watchful eye of their parents, then definitely more moms, young moms will come out and work and be more empowered. So that's what I feel. Sadly,
Wonderful
that
that
that doesn't exist right now.
that
Even though we
doesn't
are heading,
exist. Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely, we would want more corporate, to get more sensitive towards a woman's need,
yes,
young woman's need especially. And of course,
yeah.
if I were to ask you, like when we are into a profession or a business, so there is inequality of pay. A man and a woman working on the same level with the same kind of IQ, wisdom, knowledge, skill, talent, everything, and yet they are being biased upon when it comes to pay scale and salary, and we feel that bias. So, what do you have to say about that? How do you take it?
I feel that male ego and male chauvinism comes in that role. I'm not wanting to insult any men out there, but I think that's what happens because a lot of people, I may be wrong, that a lot of people feel that a woman's place is at home, not at work, even though
Not
she may be at the same level as the a male colleague. But yes, I was a leader, I was heading a division, and I was very fortunate to have very understanding. I was in a very good organization, National Informatics Center, where now the current director general is a lady. So there, our qualifications and the pay scales were at par.
at
But
par.
yeah, that male chauvinism, that ego did not come there. But yes, we were at par with the men. We had the same pay scale, the same pay grade, depending on your qualifications and your experience. And the same
Wonderful.
thing,
Geetika,
and the
I
same
would
thing,
like
I'm
to
sure.
take this question to you. Geetika, the same question goes for you. What do you say about the inequality in pay scale and being on the same platform, being on the same pedestal as a male colleague? So, what do you think about this disparity?
See, disparity, wherever it exists, it is definitely not fair, as you also stated that. At the same time, see, my way of looking at things is very, very different, Nidhi. I feel that we have to, make the people aware that we exist, that we are there, that, we deserve this. So if we keep accepting the fact that, okay, this is happening, it's fine, it's okay, then it will keep happening with us. So, very recently I was working with a group of women from one of the big fours, and one of the participants of my program shared with me that when there is a meeting where there are people sitting and there are males and females both, it becomes very difficult for me to put across my thoughts. I feel whether I am good enough to say that or not, whether my thought is credible enough to be shared or not. Yeah. So, so we actually worked on that, and she realized that it comes from within. So, unless we start voicing out about what we are feeling and what is happening around us, it is going to be like that. I mean, I'm no one to say that this is how it should happen, but all I can say is that start accepting and facing the reality, and then start working towards it. Don't just
That
keep
we are
saying,
at par.
yeah,
We are at par. We need to voice that out. Absolutely true.
yes.
Shruti ji, I would like to know, do different business sectors favor women in leadership, and why do you think that is so?
You'll have to repeat that for me.
Of course, I'll do that. Do different business sectors have a greater gender diversity? Because
The
it
different
is,
business sectors. Yeah.
yes, of course, yeah.
Yes, of course. It all depends. There is definitely, women, earlier on, women were like generally wanting, especially mothers. When we talk about women, it's generally the mothers who have a lot of struggle with, work life balance and work children balance. Because for a mom, it's always, she has to think twice, one for herself and one for the children, and then take a decision. She can't just decide. And because of that, a lot of women, they prefer part-time work. So with that part-time thing, a lot of very talented and very, very intelligent women had to actually shift into fields like just teaching or just doing some, home kind of entrepreneurship, which they could do from the
Where they
home.
are into the
Not
comfort of time and space, like they
Yeah,
were
which was a
flexible and they
very wise decision
could
on the
work.
mother's part because they wanted their children to grow well. But like as Nanaji pointed out, there should be facilities at the workplace. People should accept, because I honestly feel that a mother has double the potential of working well even as a businesswoman in whatever field she is, because she's inspired. She works for her children. She works for their happiness. So she's not just
Absolutely.
working for the sake of working, you know, like just to tell somebody that she's working. That's not the point. So when they are allowed, but they definitely worry a lot. They're nurturers, so they worry a lot about the situation of the children. If you're lucky to have parents who can support you, like initially when I was doing international trade with my husband, my parents were big support, so I could leave my
Okay.
babies and travel. I knew they were taken care of even better than what
Care
I
of-
would probably do, because you know how nannies are. So that was a big help for me in my initial years of work. But if you don't have that support, which I didn't have later on, by the time I had my
Mhm.
third child, I could not even ask for family support. The circumstances were such. So I know how difficult it is at that kind of situation. So it depends from situation to situation. And
In the
every
situation.
business, like, is very demanding. Some businesses are very demanding. I'm not saying that there is any business which a woman can't do. I think a woman can do everything
Every-
under the sun she can do. But she
That
is kind of made to, she has to do these choices. Sometimes it's unhappy situation, sometimes it's a very wise decision.
very
It
bad
all depends
situation.
on the circumstances. So
That
different
we women are,
leadership.
circumstantial in our so many decisions that we take. Gitika, Arika ma'am, I would like to direct this question to you. How can one woman support another woman inside the organization and otherwise also? Because generally ये कहा जाता है, एक बात कही जाती है, एक औरत ही दूसरी औरत की दुश्मन है. We are going to do away with this myth, and see, we have smiles because today, if we are sitting here and talking in this panel discussion, and we are in support of other, females of our, same society or maybe organization or the workplace that we are doing. So, how can we support each other? Break this myth, break this. I believe this is not a, this is something which we have been stereotyped. We have been judgmental about we being a woman not supporting each other. So today is a proof that we are standing to inspire one and all, and definitely, be that role model for each one of us. So how can women support each other in an organization and otherwise also?
It's a saying, a woman is woman's, biggest enemy. But
Because,
I
yeah.
haven't come across that in my life because I have been associated with many powerful women, and I feel
I,
very.
I beg to, just object you, just break. I think we should give each other a huge, round of applause and a pat on the back because this is where women power all, this is all women power is all about and supporting it. And I see so many men also joining the group, so many men also joining in the conversation and enjoying it too with all their comments. They are coming up with so many ideas, and kudos to all of us, sitting here and talking about inspiration stories and how we can support each other. Yes, Arima ma'am. Over to you
Yeah,
now.
since in my life, there are some small talks from other women, that's fine, but majorly I have been backed by very powerful women wherever I have gone. It's all association, whatever I have done, whether it's I have won two pageants. It's again I am associated with a strong, with beautiful and powerful women. Whether it's writing, any area you choose where I have been successful, it's only because of a powerful, one powerful woman with whom I'm associated with. I don't know. I think it's an institute where it just feeds that idea, saying that one woman is enemy of another woman. I don't believe in that because one woman can understand another woman's challenges very well and she can back anyone. I think that's some, I don't agree with it.
Absolutely. None of us agree to it. Absolutely. What do you say? Gitika ji, if I were to ask you, what are the benefits of having a woman as in a leadership role? What are the major benefits that you can think of that when a woman comes into leadership, what she has to offer to the society?
Oh, amazing. I
Thoughts?
mean, see, a woman is a multitasker by birth, by nature. It comes very
Yes.
natural to a woman. So,
Mhm.
a woman can take care of the family, relations, friends, society, work, outside stuff, inside stuff. So, our brains are wired like that, you know?
Right, like that.
Yeah. So, that comes as a huge benefit for any organization. See,
Mhm.
because I would say that a woman has inborn managerial skills because she manages all these things, all these platforms so beautifully, whether we acknowledge it or not. So, given an opportunity, given the authority, she can be a great leader. And we have
Absolutely.
so many examples where women have proved to be such great
Indeed.
motivators, such great leaders. So I guess it's a bliss to have a woman in a leadership position.
Absolutely. Naina ji, this question is directed to you now that you've been in the corporate world for so long. So, if we could just give a few tips to the young generation of professionals who are coming up, like what is the best way to negotiate salary and your scope of work?
Uh, See, again, I was working in in an organization where we had a fixed pay structure. So I never
Mhm.
had to negotiate for a salary. But yes, if you have to negotiate for a salary, don't do it with words. Show it with your work. You may say,
Absolutely wonderful.
I'm qualified, I'm a better worker, but till like everybody says that action speaks louder than words. That's what Shabir always tell me. Action speaks louder than words. So show it by your actions. Show that you're a better person, a better worker as compared to the your other male or female colleague. So that is the best way to do it. You may have gazillion degrees, you may have millions of other degrees, but if you're not a good worker, you will not get back what you really deserve. So prove with your work, with your actions, that yes, you deserve a good salary. You're a good worker. You have the skills of, you have the potential of becoming a leader in the future. You have a potential of leading a group, or heading a department, or heading a division, or heading an organization. So just prove it with your actions.
Only crying
Absolutely.
baby gets the milk, so you should voice it out.
Sorry.
Only crying baby gets the milk, so voice your opinions and voice it out. Demand. That's it.
Demand that through your actions. I mean, if you cry, and people will sympathize with you for a day, but if you keep crying frequently, they'll say, "ये तो cry baby hai. She's spending
Yeah.
all her energy in crying." Reserve your
Right.
energy and divert all your energy, all your ideas, everything into your work. Just be focused, in
Just
your work.
And of course, as very truly said, that actions speak louder than words. When you work hard, it all shows up. Maybe, it takes time to, just fill in their minds that these females have been working hard, and then
Yeah.
they have a demand over what they are asking for. I think absolutely true on that. And Arimbaji, if I could ask you, what's the most dangerous or behavior or trait that you have seen derail female leaders' careers? Like, what is that trait when you are on the top of a leadership, position? And what are the things that, actually, sometimes you getting too high headed or something like that? What are those dangerous traits that derails a female leader? Like, what would you say about
I think losing your instincts,
that?
uh,
Okay.
getting, uh,
Carry.
you're not in touch with your, feminine energy, which is the, the main aspect of feminine energy is your instinct and your knowing. When you lose touch of that knowledge, when you lose touch of your soul, when you dive deep into your soul, you find your feminine energy that is very, intelligent, very instinctive, and very intuitional. So when you lose touch of that, I think that is disastrous. And follow someone's path. So don't lose your knowing, don't lose your being, don't lose yourself in the pursuit of, achieving something. You should know yourself well and your boundaries, your, yeah, be aware of things happening. And the intuitions and the instincts are the major gift a woman has got from, from the nature. So don't lose that. Yeah.
That is so
That's
wonderful, wonderfully put up in words. So, young ladies, young professionals, and all of us who are into business, be it home on home ground or professionals or corporate world or any kind of business or profession they are into, we need to be grounded. We need to listen to our instincts and not be a victim of ego or any kind of just following the blind path like anyway. And of course, this is what derails us from our position. And Gipika ji, this I would like to ask you, like you are into so many fields, and what motivated you to step up and become a leader in your own organization, the kind of work that you're doing?
So, Nidhi, for me, it has always been a desire to create some kind of transformation, some kind of change in the environment that I'm a part of. So for me, it is about giving back to my environment. So,
Wonderful.
yeah, so whatever I do, it is all about transforming lives. And I'm not saying that I transform lives. Actually, my life gets transformed when I work with these wonderful people around me. So whether
Wonderful.
I paint or I coach or I as you know that I run this theater group which is for all women, and when
Women.
we come together, when we spend that me time, And when I feel that is emotional empowerment that we do rather than anything else. So there are so many things that we talk about: EQ, IQ, PQ, but I think EE is what I call it. Emotional empowerment is something very, very important. So I think everything I do revolves around that only.
Wonderful. This is so beautifully put because we need that emotional empowerment and taking pride in whatever we do. That is most important, and believing in ourselves, because once we start believing in the kind of work that we're doing, the kind of energies we have, I think we can conquer all, we can succeed in every field that we are into. And Shruti ji, this question is for you. Describe your leadership style and how you lead others that is different from your male counterparts.
Well,
How
I
would you
believe
describe?
in, yeah, before I answer this question, I just want to add to the emotional empowerment bit which Geetika talked
God,
about, which I feel is actually the most important aspect where we women need
aspect?
to really, get our hold on, because as women, we are naturally emotional, we are natural pleasers, natural givers. And there's where we tend to, we say people exploit us. More than that, we allow ourselves to get exploited. It's
Yes.
not
Exploited.
that people are
Very true.
exploiting because we say yes very easily. And I'm talking about myself also. So I've seen that, like when it comes to even a raise in the salary, to put your demand there, it kind of takes time for a woman to do that.
To do
So
that.
that is all about actually getting emotionally empowered. And also, if other people are trying to put you down and creating a self doubt in you, so how to deal with all those things are, I think, things that really empower you, to be able to lead. Now, coming to my style of leadership, I don't even consider myself a leader, but if you insist,
That's
I
being model.
believe in I believe in doing and showing. So, like, I'm in the third stage of my life now. So right now I'm trying to lead the women to believe in their potential even after they've crossed 60. So I'm a mother of three, grandmother to three, and I
Wow.
believe in growing younger. I'm trying
We
to
all
get
believe
onto
in
the
that.
social
We
media. I'm
all.
trying to learn, and I'm a lifetime learner. And this is what I would like all the women to be, you know
Of
all
course,
those who
that's a
come in
beautiful thing to
contact
say.
with me. This is,
Yes.
I would love to, I mean, whatever I do, like Geetika says, my underlying thing is it going to inspire somebody? If it is, I do it. If it doesn't, I don't.
Yeah.
Because now, like my children are all adults and independent, married. So fortunately, God has blessed me with this time of life where I can
Right.
actually do what I really want to do, which is
We
contribute,
call
which
it
is
second innings.
lead by
Let's call
showing.
it
So I'm writing books, I'm doing an inspiring talk show, I'm doing my coaching here and there. I'm, you know,
wonderful.
helping a lot of people offline and online. So this is how it is. And coming to, shows like this and meeting such wonderful women like all of you, this is how I lead.
That's such a beautiful thing to say. Thank you so
And
much.
I lead
And
by
Arundel
learning.
ma'am, I
I
would
lead
like to
by
say
learning. I lead by, showing others that you don't have to, the minute you feel that you're a leader, you stop being a leader. You have
uh,
to understand that it's the people who make you a leader. It's your,
you
like,
leader.
wherever,
Right.
whichever organization you are in, it is the workers, the
Correct.
people who are there with you who have allowed you to lead. So
Exactly.
that's one thing which should never be forgotten.
Yeah. The inclusive style of leadership, we could say.
Lovely.
Good
यस
everyone.
एंड फॉर
Arundel, this
women,
question
एक मेरे
is
मन की
you.
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बात है जो मैं कहना चाहती हूँ वुमेन्स डे पे,
बिल्कुल कहिए मैम, कहिए, प्लीज
कि
कहिए.
हम लोग सारी बातें करते हैं ना, सेव सॉइल, सेव ट्रीज, सेव एवरीथिंग. It was really coming to my mind, save the happy mother, because
Ah,
we what does a child need actually? A child just needs a happy mother. So if the
mother, yeah.
mother is happy working, please help her work. If she's unhappy working, then it's fine. Let her not work. She should have that choice,
I hope
whether to
this
work
statement
or
of yours
not
reaches
work.
millions of people. Like we need
Yes.
happy mothers, exactly.
Yes. So let's have a start a new thing called Save the Happy Mother.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
with
आरंभा जी
happy.
आपकी तरफ ये क्वेश्चन है because we are getting closer to the completion of this show. Arambha ji, very quick, in just 30 seconds, I would want to tell you that one aha moment which you felt actually, proud of yourself being a woman, being there, doing it all. So that one aha moment of yours, we would all want to know.
I just can't say one aha moment. I have got many aha moments in my life when I held my, both the children when they were born. That was really amazing feeling because they are part of me, extension of me. I have created them. And when I held my books, they are my creations. Like I have put my blood, soul, and energy, heart, everything into my books. So I think books and my kids, when I held them in my arms, those were my aha moments. And as if I did it.
Naina ji, this question is for you. What would you, as a piece of advice, what would you tell the generation next? How to, deal with your life when it comes to profession?
Well, I think Geetika ji used that word emotional something, quotient or something you used, uh,
Empowerment.
empowerment. But another important factor is emotional intelligence.
No.
Uh, I heard this term a lot from my husband. I used to hear it a lot, but I could never figure out what exactly is emotional intelligence. So that
Mm,
is also forms a very important part of making you a good worker, a good leader. And
mm,
my advice to the young generation is believe in yourself, trust yourself, and remember there's only one of you. There, even if somebody tries to copy you, they won't
mm.
replicate or duplicate what you have done. So
Right.
just be yourself. God has made one of you, right? So be that one unique person in life and see how doors open for you once you start believing in yourself, once you start trusting yourself. That's my advice to them.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That is so nice of you. And I hope everyone is taking, etching these powerful words in their hearts. And we have this very interesting, comment by Mukesh Bhatnagar a humble question to the panel. Should we not forget the role of a woman as a nurse, as PS, as receptionist, cooks, washers, babysitters, and so many? A woman in its entirely is sacred. That is absolutely true that women in entirety is a sacred soul. And Gitika ji, ये एक question आपसे, what are the two advantages or disadvantages of being a woman? If I were to put it like this.
I really don't see anything as a disadvantage.
Okay.
It is about how we look at things. There could be advantages and disadvantages. These are two sides of the same coin. So I don't know if I would really be able to put across the disadvantage as such. But advantage is that being a woman in itself is a very very respectful position. We are the creators. When we become mothers, I think that's one thing which makes us very 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 different, unique, and very very respectful. So that's a great you know plus about being a woman. And apart from that, it's also about being able to, like I said earlier also, it's also about being able to handle so many things at the same time. So we can create that balance together, right? So in fact, why don't someone else adds to that? What do you think is a plus or a positive thing about being a woman?
It
I
is
think the
not
positive thing
straight.
about a woman is that we give birth to new life. I
It
don't
is
see it.
not
I don't. I don't
creators.
see
We
any
are
disadvantage
creators.
in that. I think we are the creators of life. I think.
Yes.
I think God has given us women this role of
Yes.
creating life. I don't
Yes.
see any disadvantage of being a woman.
Right.
Very
Absolutely.
true.
Absolutely
Actually,
true.
it's not a straight line, and the challenge is, it is so challenging to be, with the twists and turns. Otherwise, what's fun in having a straight line? So I feel that it is, it is more fun. It's a roller coaster ride to be a woman.
We all need spice in life. And so, we add on.
Yes.
sprinkled with happiness, anger, and anxiety, and
Yes.
challenges, and everything. We want it all. And we have this very beautiful comment coming in. Each time a woman stands for herself, she stands up for all the other
All the
women.
women.
That's
True.
wonderful. And thank you, ladies, for this wonderful,
Thank you so much.
uh,
Thank you.
panel discussion. I
Maybe
hope a
before
lot of women would be inspired.
I
Yes,
before
I
we
want to
please.
end, there
add.
was a comment from a viewer, some Mr. Mukesh Bhatnagar. He's saying that what about the contribution of women as nurses, chefs, and babysitters, and all the rest of it?
Right,
So
right.
I would just like to tell him that all these roles have been taken over by men also. So we have the best chefs who are males. We have the best nurses who are males these days. So it's not anymore a gender thing, you know. And I don't know what he's trying to say, but yes. One more thing which I really want to share with you. My daughter in law asked me yesterday, Mom, why don't we celebrate Man's Day? Why is it always Women's Day? And where is the need to celebrate Women's Day? So I think very soon we will not have the need to celebrate a special Women's Day. And at the minute we are considered at par, and the minute we get that kind of regard and respect that we are wanting from society, you know, then we will
Exactly.
not have to celebrate these days.
We
I'm sure
celebrate
of that.
ourselves each day. Shruti जी, we celebrate ourselves each day. लेकिन हम
We
सबका birth
celebrate
साल में
ourselves
एक
each
बार
day,
आता है.
yes.
To make us feel even more special, right? So ये इंटरनेशनल डे या वुमेन्स डे या मदर्स डे हम इसलिए सेलिब्रेट करते हैं जिसलिए हमारे जीवन में बर्थडे साल में एक बार आता है, तो वैसे ये डे हम उसको थोड़ा ग्रैंड वे में सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. वी
नहीं नहीं,
ग्लोरीफाई
वो
ईच
करना भी
अदर.
चाहिए because the facts
बिल्कुल
are, the
बिल्कुल.
historic facts are, and even the society facts are that women definitely need other women to help pull them up, and other men also to support them. Right now, we are not in a state where we can say everything is hunky dory and everybody treats everybody equally. It's not that. Because I'm
Right.
writing a paper on domestic violence these days, which I didn't want to mention right now because today we are talking all nice things. But that is the reason that we all need to really support each other, and we need to celebrate Women's Day with all our energies and come together. Thank you so
Absolutely,
much.
because like they say that behind every successful man there is a woman. So here I would like to say that behind every happy woman there is this man with a very progressive thinking. Let us not undermine the efforts of men who stood by us, stood by all our
Correct,
efforts,
correct.
supporting us to be the women that we are. And thanking each one of you who've been in the panel,
Thank you so
thanking
much.
all our viewers who've been with us all through discussing, giving us insights about what they feel about women and how they have been contributing to the society, and especially men who have stood with us, stood by us, and will always be. And celebrating International Women's Day on this very auspicious occasion, we have our beautiful panelists, very progressive ones, who have had a mindset that could change the thinking, the thought process, give each one a reason to smile, and of course, inspired by their kind words. And I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did, talking to each one of you. And thank you so very much for being here with us on the panel. And thank you, viewers, once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much. Thank you.
Preeti, Naina,
Thank
Geeta,
Completely
you.
a
Thank you,
pleasure.
everybody.
and Namba.
Can I add
One,
one thing to all women
of course,
here?
of course, of
Yeah.
course,
Oh,
please.
oh woman, whether you are possessed a simple heart or heart of an ambitions of an Amazon, whether you are trying to make it to the top or just make it through tomorrow, whether you be spicy or somber, regal or roughshod, a strong woman belongs to you. She belongs to all women. So I feel, whether you're working, not working, have kids, not have kids, enjoy and celebrate the feminism in you. Actually, feminism is attached to anger, despair, resentment. I don't believe that. It is like feminism is celebrating the female energy, understanding the female energy more, and allow the female energy to flow easily. I think feminism is a positive thing and a good thing to have. Even men and women both should have feminism. So,
I
And
love
Absolutely.
Nidhi,
Absolutely.
I just want to add one thing. Women
Of
out
course.
there, remember you have two X chromosomes. So that makes you double strong. And that makes it possible for you to do multitasking and balancing your personal, your home life and your professional life. Always
Professional life.
remember that you have double X chromosomes. Keep that
Mm.
in mind next time you have a doubt about yourself. Thank you.
That was
Absolutely.
nice.
And Arundhati, this was an icing to the cake. And we have this very beautiful comment coming in from Times today. The world needs strong women, women who will lift and build others, who will love and be loved, women who live bravely, both tender and fierce, women of indomitable will. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because the passion burnt brighter than her fears. That is such a wonderful tribute to women, all women out there. Very thought provoking session. Salute to the panel. Salute to each one of you for being here.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your day. Stay safe. Stay happy. God
Bye
bless.
bye.
Thank
Bye
you so
bye.
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
Love you
you.
all.
Thank
Stay
you.
Thank
blessed. Stay
you.
happy.